Let me get you to clap real quick. All right. So, who are you and where are you
My name is Aaron Real Samilio Thompson. It's my whole name. I am from Newington, Connecticut originally.
from? All right. So, our first question today is going to be, what is a moment in your childhood that you believe embodies who you are today that you believe the world would be able to learn something from?
Um, I would say it's hard. My childhood, I don't really think about it often. Um, but I would say coming up, I did have a good family relationship, grandparents on both sides, parents that, were together. I would say that growing up with that family structure and knowing that I had that support there is something that I don't take for granted. And I think, having that community around me allowed me to grow into the person that I am today. I think, you know, I think oftentimes nowadays that there's a lot of folks that are just kids that are being raised without that community, unfortunately. And knowing that I had that and what it did for me as far as putting importance on family, putting importance on that community and that growth and learning from so many different people that were around me allowed me to see a lot of different sides of things. Even though it was within a family structure and there was a kind of, you know, thread through of what that belief, quote unquote, belief is. But I definitely think community and growing up with that is something that most people need.
All right. So, I'm going to ask you to pick a question from 1 to 100.
Okay. Let's do 56.
56. All right. What is your biggest regret and how have you learned from it?
Biggest regret. Um, I would say it's a hard one. I really don't dwell on those things. I really don't think about those things that often. I would say maybe biggest regret would be not going for and being my true self earlier in my life. I would say that a lot of my life was led with fear. A lot of my life was led with anxiety, and I still deal with that currently. I'm looking to be more of myself and present more of myself to the world because I'd rather do that than hide in the shadows. So it shaped me to the point where I'd rather live a life without that fear and without that worry of being judged for who I really am. Um, I was definitely in. I'm definitely not that big of a talkative person at this point in my life, and I don't know if I ever will be, but I'm trying my best to just live a life that is truest to me.
So, life is fleeting. Nothing in life is guaranteed. If you were to leave this booth and die the moment that you left, what would you want the words that you speak today to be?
Say that again. That last part.
So, if you were to leave this booth and die today, the moment that you left, and these were the last words that you spoke, what would you want those words to be?
Words to be. They would be directed at the people that I love. Um, know that it'll be okay without me here. It would be, I my little brother definitely comes to mind. I think about him often. I think about where he would be, you know, without me around. Not that we communicate as often as I'd like. We have a big age gap, but I would say to him to make sure you just live how you want to. And I see him doing a good job of that as of right now. And everybody that I love, definitely live your truest being. And I know a lot of my family members do that. There's a lot of anxiety that is in my family, and I rather them live without that and think about how you can get past that. And ultimately, I want you to do your best to experience the world and grow your experiences, because through my travels, different places, I haven't been everywhere, but the places that I have shaped me in a way that I wouldn't have gotten outside of just staying in Connecticut, staying where it was comfortable. You know, definitely make sure that you can challenge yourself to become uncomfortable and get comfortable with that, because that's the way that I found you can grow the best and the fastest into who you ultimately can be.
All right. Well, I think that's a wrap. Thank you for your time today.
Yeah. Awesome.